Hi and welcome to class 8 of my intermediate level course, level B1. So if you're in the chat, just say hi. Right now we got Javier from Spain. Nice to meet you, Javier. What time is it in Spain? I think it's 6:30 or 7:30 in the evening. Have we got anyone else in the chat right now? No, because I'm not actually announcing these classes before. So when I go live, normally there's nobody watching, which is a bit strange. But today, in today's class, we're going to be looking mainly at vocabulary and vocabulary related to money. Hold on, let me just change the chat because actually I've got it in the wrong setting, live chat, yeah. Today we're going to be looking at vocabulary to do with money, everybody's favourite subject. So hold on, let me just see if I can resize my video here. That's right, like that. And we can go to the whiteboard and see the vocabulary for money. Let's make it a little bit smaller because otherwise people can't see the screen. I think about there. I need to remember. If you can't see the screen, tell me in the chat because sometimes I forget. It's difficult doing a lot of things, looking at the sound, looking at the chat, looking at the monitor and trying to teach English at the same time. Sometimes it's a bit tricky in these live classes, so if you can't see the screen, just tell me in the chat. If you can't see the letters. Who else have we got? We've got Porcelana from Uruguay, hi. Best of HD, hi. And Princess Victoria. Wow, are you a real princess? Let's have a look and let's load in the slides for today's class. So today the class is all about money, everybody's favourite subject, money. So we're going to begin with some, see if I move that you can't see it, I think you can probably see it there, okay. There's a lot of things on this screen. I think I'll actually make a new page here and move that one there over to the other page, because it doesn't really fit on very well. Oh, I didn't copy it. Let's try again. That's it, there. We'll put those ones there because it's a bit crowded on this page. So basically we have in total down this side here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 words related to money. Money. Where's my money? I don't have any money actually. This is my money here. This is what you get if you try and make nothing. It's empty. This here is called a wallet, and it's an empty wallet. Actually, I do have some money here. This is my money at the moment that I have here. These things here are called coins. That's 5 pesos. That's all my money. That's what you get if you try and work online. So the questions today, and I already realize that you can't see that properly, are to do with money. How many banknotes do you have? I don't have any banknotes. I don't have any notes. I only have coins. And they're not worth a lot. Hi, my wallet is empty too. Yeah. What's this? Just checking the chat. Yeah, hi to Lewis, hi to Angel. Is that Angel? Yeah, I think it's Angel, or Angie, sorry, Angie. Graciela, I need new glasses, I can't see the chat very clearly. Graciela and Elkin, and that's it for the moment. So money, so here I've got a lot of definitions. Here I've got some words. Let me read the words first of all. broke, credit card, earn, greedy, lend, borrow, loan, mortgage, spend, charge, waste, cash machine, salary, inherit, owe, save, and price. See, I got somebody in this. I can't see the words. Are they too small? Maybe they're too small. Let's try and make them bigger if you're on the cell phone. They look fine on the computer. I'm a bit limited with space. I make them as big as I can. Just about fit on like that, I think. Just about. And these ones here, let's try and make these a bit bigger too. Well, let me move this out the way here. And this here. And see if I can make them larger or bigger. Yeah, but if I do that, the problem is you can't. Let's do them one at a time. Let's move this down here. We don't need to see them all, so let's go down here. I think you can see number 1. I hope that's okay on the cell phone. I'm watching on the computer, so I can't see if the text is big enough. If I move it down there, we can do them one at a time. Then I can make them larger. Larger or bigger. Larger or bigger, synonymous. Bigger is a comparative. It means more big. We don't say more big in English, we say bigger. So what we've got to do is, I think you can just about see these words. That's as large as I can make them without cutting them off. We've got broke, credit, earn, or credit, that's wrong there, sorry. That should be, sorry. That bit there, I need to make that a bit bigger. Credit card, yeah. I better check them again. And this one here too, look, down here. Cash machine is one word. Oh, now they actually fit on better. So once again, go through the words again. Broke, credit card, earn, greedy, lend, borrow, loan, mortgage, spend, charge, waste, cash machine, salary, inherit, owe, save, and price. Which word? Wanting more money, power, food, etc. than you really need. What do we call it? We're looking here for an adjective. An adjective from the list of words down here which we use to describe a person who wants more money, more power, more food than they really need. And already we have the correct answer from Mirna. Very good, Mirna. The correct answer is greedy. Greedy is an adjective that we can use to describe a person who wants more of something than they need. Notice in English we can use this adjective greedy not only for money but also for food. We can use it for anything. A person who eats a lot of food, eats more food, we can say they're very greedy. A person who wants a lot of money, we can say they're very greedy. Okay, number 2, definition number 2. I'll move this up as we go through them. I hope if you can't see them, let me know. Yeah, Marmina's got it in Spanish, but we don't want any Spanish here. Number 2, a legal agreement by which a bank or similar organization lends you money to buy a house. A legal agreement by which a bank or similar organization lends you money to buy a house. Yeah, Javier has got the correct answer and Graciela has got the correct answer. This is, in English, this is called a mortgage. A mortgage is a type of loan. It's a type of loan. This is mortgage here. Let's copy that and put it over there and then make it red so you can see the answer. A mortgage is here we have another word, loan. A loan is similar, but a mortgage is more specific. A mortgage is only the money that you borrow to buy a house. And normally you pay a mortgage back. It's a lot of money, so you need to pay back the mortgage over 15, 20, or sometimes even 25 years. Number three is to get money for work that you do. To get money for work that you do. What do we call that in English? What do we call that in English? Money for work that you do. Yeah, no control, salary, and Graciela salary, Mirna salary, Angie salary, and Javier salary. Very good. This is your salary. Your salary. And incidentally, in English, we earn a salary. We have two verbs in English for, well, first of all, salary is a noun. Salary is a noun. And actually there are two nouns in English. The other noun is wages. Wages. Salary or wages. The difference is that salary is paid monthly and wages is paid weekly. Well, salary could be your annual salary. Wages only applies to weekly. Most people now get paid monthly, or occasionally some countries they get paid every 15 days. That would be salary. If it's every 15 days, it's salary. If it's every a month, it's salary. If it's every year, it's salary. But your wages are paid once a week. So, and I was going to mention as well, you earn a salary. Let me put that up here, because in some languages, for example, Spanish, we don't want to use any Spanish, but earn a salary or earn wages, but you win a prize or win money in a lottery. Maybe it's better to put that. Win money in a lottery. So in Spanish, these are two different verbs. When we're talking about the money that we get for our work, we say earn. But if we get money from a prize, we say win. In Spanish, for example, in Spanish, it's the same verb. It's the same verb. So remember that. You don't win a salary, you earn a salary. Earn a salary. Good. We can carry on with the next one, and I can move this up out the way a bit because we've finished number 3. We're on number 4. What do we say when you have no money? You say, I'm... Let me move that one now because this one here, I think I'll just delete that. What do we say when you don't have any money? We say... What can we say when you have no money? Broke. Very good. Yeah, broke. Where's broke? Broke is the first word on the list up here. This is broke here. Let's copy it and put it over here. We use this with the verb be. I'm broke. I'm broke means I don't have any money. I don't have any money. I need to move. I'm going to delete the first 3 here because they're getting in the way. Broke is when you have no money. People say, I'm broke. I spent all my money. Number 5, money that an organization such as a bank lends and somebody borrows. This is a noun. Maybe I should tell you what types of words these are too. A loan, very good, no control, Graciela, it's a loan, yeah. Money that you borrow from a bank or an organization is a loan, a loan. In a minute we'll look at some more examples with these verbs, or with these words, sorry, because they're not all verbs. A loan is a noun, sorry. Broke is an adjective. To ask, number 6, to ask an amount of money for goods or services. To ask an amount of money for goods or services. This is a bit tricky. This one is a verb. Yeah, this is a verb. Hi, Gloria. Number 6 is earn. No. No, it's like if I tell you I will give you an English class, but you need to pay me. I need to, what? Begins with C. I will something, you for a private English class. Begins with C. No, it's not the price. Yeah, the price is something similar. Has anyone got the answer? No, it's a verb. It's a verb. Price is a noun. It's a verb that begins with C. The answer is charge. Yeah, it was quite difficult to get a decent definition for that. It's a verb, so I could say to you, I charge $20 for my online school. I charge. Here you see charge is a verb. It's a verb. This is a verb, charge. So that one was quite difficult. Nobody got it correct. Number 7, to have to pay somebody for something that you have already received or return money that you have borrowed. This is another verb, number 7. Another verb. Anybody got the answer? No. This is probably difficult. It's difficult to make a good definition of this. It's like loan. No, we already saw loan up there was a noun. When you have a loan, then after you have a loan, then you something money to the bank. For example, if the bank lends you money, yeah, you owe money to the bank. Yeah, when you owe money. Owe is a verb. I owe money to the bank for my house. I owe money to the bank for my house because I have a mortgage. A mortgage is, we saw earlier, money that you borrow from the bank to buy a house. So let's copy this here, if I can, and go to the next page because I didn't have a chance to fit them all on this page. So we go to the next page. I think we already did some of these, didn't we? Well, yeah, no, we're up to number 7. So let's see if I can paste that here. Yeah, I've got the words back here. And 3 more questions on this page. Let's make that a bit bigger because a lot of people can't see it if they're on the cell phone. And we've got 3 more definitions here. 3 more definitions. So the first one, number 8, is to give money to pay for goods or services. To give money, like when you go to the store or when you go to the shop in British English, store in American English, you need to something money. Has anybody got spend? Very good, Tom's. Very good. Spend. It's another verb. When you go to the shop, shop is British English. Shop, or in American English, is a store. When you go to the shop or you go to the store, you spend money. Well, normally you spend money. Spend money. Spend money. Okay, number 9, to take and use something that belongs to somebody else and to return it to them at a later time. Borrow, very good. And we will see in English there are two words similar. But we'll discuss the difference after. Right now the answer here is borrow. For example, I borrowed money from the bank to buy my house. I borrowed money from the bank to buy my house. And the money that I borrowed was a mortgage. It was a mortgage. Remember we saw that word earlier. I borrowed money from the bank to buy my house. I took, the correct verb to use here, took out a mortgage. I took out a mortgage. So, borrow money. Number 10, to receive money or property from somebody when they die. Actually, that there's the answer. Shouldn't be there, but maybe you didn't spot it. If you were quick, you would have seen the answer there. Because I accidentally, yeah, the answer is inherit. I don't know if you knew that, Kevin, or if you saw it, but anyway, congratulations. Inherit. Inherit. If you, when your parents die, you will inherit their property. You will inherit their property. It's another verb. It's a verb. A verb. Okay, very good. And we're going to continue on the next page. We've got more. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 questions. Did we only get up to number 11 there? Yeah, the last 7. So first of all, I better make this bigger again so that people can see it, because if you're on the cell phone, it's very small, I think. Let's try and make it as big as I can and still fit it on the screen. I think about there. Yeah, so let's start with number 11. Number 11. Here we haven't got the words now, that's the problem. Let's try and move that down. Here are the words here. We make those bigger too, so people can see them. I think you can. We've already used broke, so I can move that out. Once again, we've got the problem here that some of these words have got 2 in. We just move that there, and this one here too, cash machine, because that's one word, cash machine. So we've already used broke, so I can move that off the top there. To give something to somebody, or allow them to use something that belongs to you, which they have to return to you later. So, can anyone tell me this answer here? This is similar. No, this is, somebody put borrow. It's not borrow. Borrow is the opposite. I should have put these two together. Let's go back to the previous page. Borrow. Here's borrow here. I'm going to copy that over so we could compare these two. We go here, and I'll put borrow underneath here, because it's like borrow, but it's like the reverse. The answer is lend. Very good, Kevin. Yeah, so there's a difference. Look at the difference between lend and borrow. Lend, both of them are verbs. Look at the difference in the definitions. Lend is to give something to somebody and allow them to use it. I could lend you this pen and I give it to you. I lend it to you, and then later you give it back. But borrow is the reverse. If I lend you the pen, you are going to borrow the pen. So lend is like give, and borrow is like take. For example, if you go to the bank, you could say, we could make a phrase here, the bank lends money to you. The bank lends money. The bank gives you money. They don't actually give you money. They lend you money, and they charge you very high interest rates. And you borrow money from the bank. You borrow money. So that's the difference between lend and borrow. In Spanish, for example, you don't have two words, there's only one word. So I think we can move that up there now. And a small plastic card that you can use to buy goods and services and pay for them later. And Tom already has the answer, Best of HD has the answer, Jordan has the answer, No Control has the answer, and of course this one is credit card. Credit card, credit card. A credit card. Number 13, the amount of money that you have to pay for something. The amount of money that you have to pay for something. Here, have to is talking about obligation. Obligation. The amount of money that you have to pay for something is, of course, as who said that? Yeah, Best of HD, Gonzalo, and Tom. No Control. Everybody, congratulations. Price, the price, the price. Let's make that red. And here, let's make this red. This is the credit card. The price and the credit card. So number 14. Let's move this up again. Can you still see that? Yeah. 14. To keep money instead of spending it, especially in order to buy a particular thing. To keep money instead of spending it. What do we call? And we've already got a lot of people with the answer. Tom, Gonzalo, Tom, save, save. Very good. Save money. Save money. Save. Save is a verb. We can use that in two ways I can think of using that. The first one is you can save money in a, I have a savings jar here. Look at this. Unfortunately, that is actually in Spanish, which is very bad. But of course, it's empty because I spent it all. This is for saving money, but there's nothing in it. Basically, also another way you could use that word is to say, if you got something cheap, cheap means you pay less for it, you could say, I saved money by going to the cheaper shop. The next one then, number 15. Number 15. To use more of something than is necessary or useful. This could be applied to other things. It doesn't only apply to money. We could apply it to other things, but here we're talking about money. If you spend too much money, yeah, we've already got the answer from Graciela and Tom and Miguel. No, not Miguel, no, Miguel is wrong, sorry. Tom and Graciela, and the answer is waste money. Waste money. If you buy something that you don't need and that you don't use, we can say you wasted your money. You wasted your money. Let me move that out of the way. I need to delete some of these up here because they get in the way. Waste. Waste. Can you see that? No. Maybe there. Yeah. Waste money. Good. A machine in or outside a bank. A machine where you can, I didn't finish this definition actually, I should say, from which you can withdraw money. It's withdraw means take out money, take money. What do you call that? A cash machine. Well, actually, yeah, in British English, this thing is called a cash machine. In American English, it's more commonly called an ATM. An ATM. Let me just, it's a cash machine. I think I can get rid of these because they're just getting in the way. A cash machine, and let's get rid of that. Let's put up here. In American English, it's called an ATM. ATM in American English. which stands for automatic teller machine. A teller is the person who works in the bank who gives you the money. So it's an automatic teller machine in American English. Good. And finally, the last one, and it should be very easy because there's only one choice left if you've been paying attention. To get money for work that you do. To get money for work that you do. Actually, the answer is there again. I better take that off there. To get money for work that you do. This is a verb. Yeah, salary. Yeah, okay. Salary was number 3. Salary is a noun. Where's salary? Well, I deleted salary now. Salary, sorry, to put it on there. Here's the verb. This is the verb, and I did discuss this verb. Here I want a verb. Here I want the verb. The salary is the money that you get for your work. This is a verb. And it's the last one. Yeah, Best of HD and Kevin have the right answer, earn. So earn, remember I told you earlier the difference between earn and win. If you recall, if you have a good memory and if you were paying attention, you would remember the difference between earn and win. Earn and win. You earn your salary when you go to work. Very good. So that finishes the vocabulary and took a long time, 30 minutes actually. Here, let's see how well you can remember. I think I put this on another page, some of it, because it gets very, let's copy that one and put it on the next page, otherwise it gets very occupied on here. Put that on there. This is a good program, but sometimes it's difficult. Yeah, then we can delete this here, I think. Hopefully, somehow, yeah, with that. So here I've got some, because I want to make this bigger, because otherwise people who are on cell phones can't see it. And let's make this bigger too. Okay, I hope if you're on a cell phone you can see that. Could make it a bit bigger actually. So here, can you remember the words? We've got to put the correct word in the space. Hi, Mats. We've got to put, and already we have the correct answer to number 1. He earns about $40,000 a year. He earns about $40,000 a year. This is a verb. It's a verb. Let's make them blue this time. He earns about $40,000 a year. This one here. Maybe I should add something else on there. He'll return it tomorrow. That makes it less ambiguous. I don't think you could use I've borrowed. No. Remember, borrow is like take. You would have to say I've spent. No. No. It's a verb. Lend is the correct verb, but notice here that we are using the present perfect tense. This is something we saw before, and it's going to be the subject of the next class, the present perfect tense. So here we need to use the past participle. Lend is the correct word. Lent. I actually put the past participle here. The past participle of lend is lent because it's an irregular verb. I've lent the car to a friend. He'll return it tomorrow. I'm always by the end of the month. They're a bit ambiguous. These are a bit difficult maybe to guess the answer. I think realistically there is only one word that can go in there. What is the word? It's an adjective. No. I'm always saving by the end of the month. Maybe you could say that. I'm always saving. But it doesn't really make sense. I'm always saving by the end of the month. I always save at the end of the month, maybe. Javier has the correct answer, broke. I'm always broke. Remember what broke means. I've always got no money. Broke is an adjective. That means you've got no money. You say I'm always broke by the end of the month. It means at the end of the month I got no money. All major are accepted at our hotels. What's the word here? Number 3. Number 3. Number 3. All major credit card. Not credit card, Viviana. Credit cards. Credit cards. No, not credit card. Credit cards. Yeah. Cards. Not cars. Cars are vehicles. This is not a vehicle. Should be credit. All major credit cards are accepted at our hotels. Oh, I meant to put that in blue. Let's put that one in blue too, just to be consistent. He stared at the diamonds with something eyes. This time we want an adjective. An adjective. He stared at the diamonds with something eyes. Which one of these? I don't know. It's an adjective. It's an adjective. Anybody got the answer? It's an adjective. I'll give you a big clue. It's an adjective that begins with G. An adjective that begins with G. Come on. Is there something wrong with the chat? Because greedy, yeah, greedy, Gonzalo. Thank you, Gonzalo. He stared at the diamonds with greedy eyes. Incidentally, stare is to look at something very intensely, like I'm staring. There are many different words in English to do with look. Look is a basic word, but we can stare. We can glance. Glance is a quick look. We can glimpse. It's an even quicker look. There are many words, and stare is a type of looking. It's a way of looking at things, an aggressive way, looking at things intensely. Number 5, it took 3 years to repay my student. We want a noun. In some countries, students, when they go to university, they need to borrow money and then they need to repay the money. The money that they borrow is called a student loan. Gonzalo says loan, and Graciela. Very good. It's a student loan. A student loan. Money that you borrow from a bank or from somebody else. Good. So let's continue on the next page. I put some more on this page. We've got 10 in total. I need to go back here to get this. Put it on the next page. No, I've got the wrong one now, sorry. I can copy that. Let's try and copy it and paste it here. That's it. And let's make this one bigger again so people on the cell phone can see it. Could be even bigger if I put it down there. I'm not sure. Have you... Oh, I seem to have lost my video. I don't know how long the video has not been working. Something has happened to my video. That's very strange. Oh, wait a minute. It's for some strange reason, my video just totally moved off the screen. I don't know how long the video's not been there, but I was here. You could hear me. That's a strange bug in the program. Just moved all by itself. So, she, what's the word here? She, hi to Marlene from Peru. Who's got the answer to this one here? Hold on, now I've got a problem with the chat. Yeah, I couldn't see the bottom of the chat either. She spent, very good, and people have been telling me that for quite a while, but I had a problem with my video. She spent $100 on a new dress. Number 7. Can I, like with the pen, you asked me for the pen, borrow, very good. Remember the difference between borrow and lend in English. Borrow is like take, lend is like give. Can I borrow your umbrella? It's raining. Can I borrow your umbrella? It's raining. He got a good, here got is like received. Got has many meanings in English, but here we're using got. He got means he received. He received a good price, very good. We've already got Graciela and Best of and Gonzalo and Viviana with the correct answer. Price. He got a good price for the car. She, from her father. She, who's got the answer to this one? Remember, if one of your parents, she inherited, yeah, very good, Gonzalo and Best of HD. She inherited she inherited a fortune from her father. And finally, the last one, I'm something saving, yeah, present continuous tense, I'm saving. We know that it's not buying because here we have for, saving for. This is the preposition that we use with saving. I'm saving for a new car. Okay, that ends all the vocabulary. Maybe I should just go back and repeat these 10 phrases so you can listen to the pronunciation before we carry on. He earns about $40,000 a year. He earns about $40,000 a year. I've lent the car to a friend. He'll return it tomorrow. I've lent the car to a friend. He'll return it tomorrow. I'm always broke by the end of the month. I'm always broke by the end of the month. All major credit cards are accepted at our hotels. All major credit cards are accepted at our hotels. He stared at the diamonds with greedy eyes. He stared at the diamonds with greedy eyes. It took 3 years to repay my student loan. It took 3 years to repay my student loan. She spent $100 on a new dress. She spent $100 on a new dress. Can I borrow your umbrella? Can I borrow your umbrella? He got a good price for the car. He got a good price for the car. Let's put that in blue so that you remember the word. She inherited a fortune from her father. She inherited a fortune from her father. And finally, I'm saving for a new car. I'm saving for a new car. Very good. Let's continue here with some, here I have some, I don't know if I can, where are my drawing tools? Oh, here maybe. What are these? No, I can't find them. Well, here I have some idioms in, should have some drawing tools somewhere, but I don't know where they are. No. What happens if I do this? Oh, you can see, doesn't matter. What I was trying to do was hide the definitions, but I can't do that. So let's just carry on. These, what we have here are idioms. Idioms to do with money. So idioms are very important because native speakers often use idioms when they speak, and obviously it's very difficult to guess the meaning of an idiom. The first idiom that we have here is, I can do it like this actually. Let's do it like that. Yeah, just make them smaller. That's really easy. And make that smaller there. Probably you've already seen the answers, but if you didn't see the answer, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Born with a silver spoon in her mouth is an idiom. It doesn't literally mean a spoon is a thing that you use for eating soup. So when you eat with soup, you need to use a soup spoon. So when we say she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, what does it mean? Doesn't literally mean she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. It means her fathers were rich, yeah. It means her parents, not fathers, her parents were rich. If somebody has rich parents, we say, oh, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Life is very easy for that person. Or maybe life is very easy for that person, maybe not. Her parents were millionaires. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth means to be born rich. To be born rich. Again, I've already got the answers here, but let's try and just hide them to make that bigger. Oh, now they didn't hide it, so the next idiom is bread and butter. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. Bread and butter are foods. Bread is a food, a very popular food made with wheat, made with flour, and yeast. Yeast makes the bread rise. Bread and butter is made from milk, and you put it on, you spread butter on your bread. But when we say singing is her bread and butter, it's not literal, it's an idiom. What does it mean, singing is her bread and butter? Singing is her bread and butter. Does anybody know what that means? Let's make it bigger. And let's get rid of that one because it's just getting in the way. So singing is her bread and butter means she lives off her singing. No, it doesn't mean singing is very easy for her. It means she lives off her singing. The idiom bread and butter refers to one's source of income. A person makes his bread and butter with his or her job. Where do you get your money from? It's your bread and butter. My bread and butter is online, my online business. In the case of this woman, it's singing. She lives off her singing. What else have we got? Have we got any more idioms? On the next page we've got some idioms here. I'm going to try and move these out the way quickly so you can't see them, and then try and make it so that let me just, yeah, if I just make this smaller here, you should not be able to see the definition. So the next one we have is bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. Here, bring home the bacon. Bacon, again, bacon is a type of food. It's a type of food that comes from a pig. And you fry it. It's fried pig flesh, to put it literally. But here we are not talking about real bacon. What are we talking about? What does it mean, bring home the bacon? Bring home the bacon. What does that mean? Anybody? Yeah, it means that he works to bring more money to the house. Yeah, basically that's more or less correct. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon is an idiom that stands for earning a salary. This idiom specifically suggests that the salary would be used to support a family. Who brings home the bacon in your house? Your mother, your father, you? Who brings home the bacon? Very good. And we have another idiom down here. Let's get rid of bring home the bacon. Idioms are very useful if you're speaking to a native, because a native could use a lot of idioms. I don't know why that came back again. I just tried to get rid of it. Now it won't disappear. Very strange. Let's see if I can move it. I can't move it. It's another bug today. A lot of bugs. I can't move that one. So what I'll do is actually try and copy this one here and put it on a new page, because for some reason that bring home the bacon is, let's put it here. Oh no, I've got the wrong one now. I've got a problem. I want to copy this here. Let's just try and copy it like that. So the next one is this one here. Then probably you've already got the answer, so I'm not going to bother to hide the answer. Let's just make that bigger. She went from rags to riches. Well, you've already got the answer underneath this time. So rags to riches means, rags are like pieces of cloth, old pieces of cloth, old clothes that are no use anymore. If a person is very poor, maybe they are not wearing clothes, they are wearing rags, very old clothes, torn, broken, ripped. Torn is like, this is torn, I'm going to tear this paper. Torn clothes, old clothes, rags. She went from rags to riches. Well, this is sort of like literal. So she went from rags to riches with her YouTube channel. An idiom that represents from poverty to prosperity. From poverty to being prosperity means being very rich. From rags to riches. I think we might have one more. I thought we had another idiom, but it looks like that was the last idiom. Can't see any more. I did have another one somewhere, but it seems to have disappeared. It's not that one. Two more here. Yeah, two more here. I'm not going to bother to hide them anymore, because basically, number one, we're running out of time, and number two, it's too complicated to hide them. So having a lot of problems, technical problems with this program. She was head over heels in debt when she lost her job. So this is another idiom. Head over heels in debt. Head over heels. So your head, this is your head obviously, and your heels are the part of your foot. This is my hand. I'm not going to show you my feet, because I can't put my feet up there, but on your foot, the part of your foot. So head over heels is like when you do that with your whole body, head over heels. Head over heels in debt. Debt is a noun. Debt is a noun. Is when you owe a lot of money, or when you owe money, you have a debt. Remember earlier we saw the verb owe. Owe is when you owe money to the bank, and the noun for that is called a debt. So when we say someone is head over heels in debt, when somebody is described with the idiom head over heels in debt, then he or she owes a lot of money. Owes a lot of money. Good. Let's get rid of that one. And sometimes this... Have a look at the last one. I think this is the last idiom. And the last idiom is live from hand to mouth. Or maybe you should put it with the verb to live from hand to mouth. What does it mean, live from hand to mouth? And the answer is live from hand to mouth is another idiom which means living on very little money, which means living on very little money. So if you just like living from hand to mouth, just eating. You earn your money, you eat it, and the next day you need to go and earn your money again so that you can eat. Very good. So I think it's time to finish. We've only got 4 minutes left. So thank you very much for watching. In the next class will be next Tuesday. Try and keep them at the same time, around about this time. And in that class will be class 9 of the intermediate level. We will be looking at the present perfect tense and the simple past tense. 2 tenses that we've seen before, but we will be comparing the 2 tenses. So thank you very much for watching my class. I hope to see you next week. Goodbye.